Okay, friend, here it is. Businesses do not need to fail at the rate that they do. I know that's shocking to you because for as long as I've been alive, I've heard about how hard small business is and how easily they fail. And at the same time, I've watched so many companies grow from the ground up, from tiny little companies to being listed on the stock exchange and having massive success. So I am here to tell you that small businesses absolutely do not need to fail at the rate that they do. And I also know the one thing that I can absolutely tell you plays the biggest impact on whether a business is going to succeed or fail. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that you stay up to date on all the videos that I release to help you and your small business. Okay, let's dive in. Here's the thing about small businesses. Small businesses can have massive success and also massive failure fairly quickly. Every little dollar and cent and change can have a massive impact because the business is so small. As you grow and grow and grow, each little component seems to have less and less impact on the bigger picture. Things can go wrong and you have more time to react. We don't have that luxury in small business. Okay, so that is one of the reasons that you see businesses fail at the rate that they do. Every action that you take really has that ability to have a big impact. If you think about, for example, a child, when they think of like 2 minutes and it's like massive in their minds, it's because when you look at 2 minutes in comparison to their 5 years of life, that's a big percentage of time. That amount of time has a large impact. But when you start hitting 30 or 40 years old, 2 minutes means nothing. That's why time feels like it's speeding up. And it's the same thing in your business. When you're small, when you're newer to the business world, those little decisions have big impacts. And as you get bigger, it's less. So what does that mean? The number one reason that small businesses fail is because of the owner. I know that you weren't probably expecting that. You were probably thinking I was going to tell you something about like cash flow or market research or business plan, and all of those are important, but they are not the number one reason I see businesses fail. The number one reason, after 15 years watching businesses either succeed or not, I can tell you that the ability of the owner to adapt to situations, to approach things in a way that they're learning, is the number one reason that businesses succeed or fail. Because when you come at it in a way that you're interested in learning, what do customers want? When you're looking at the numbers to see what's working and what's not working, you're getting reviews from customers, you're interested in the feedback, what do they want, and you're there to please and learn, then you absolutely can have that ability to adapt to situations, because ultimately your business is there to fill the need of a customer, right? Absolutely, you should do something in your wheelhouse, something that you love, something you're passionate about, but ultimately without the customer and without a market to sell to, you don't have a business. So when you come at it in that way of service and learning, what am I doing well? What am I not? How can I help my team? How can I provide a better product or service? Then you are willing to learn and adapt. And that is the number one most important thing in any business. And it's funny because oftentimes things don't go that way. Most often I see small businesses start out where they have this idea they're going to do something really well, and they are so closed-minded. And I say that because I saw it in myself and I've seen it perpetuated so many times. But because I'm so familiar with it, I was able to witness it over and over and over again and go, oh, I know that feeling. And here's the thing. We do have to have some level of close-offness when we're so new, because we're not sure of ourselves yet. And when we have so many voices coming in when our business is new, it is very hard to stay the course. It would get easily distracted and we wouldn't make a lot of progress because we'd be doing too many things at once. So we have to have that level of like kind of blinders on, but a transition needs to happen as we get our footing. As we feel more confident, as we have a little bit of success in the business, we need to start opening our view up and adapting. And that actually requires us to be able to take a step back from our business, to be able to say to ourselves, what am I missing? What's the big picture here? Being able to look at it in a way that it's like a machine. What needs maintenance? What's not working? What's working well? Do we need this piece? Right? To be able to have that objective view, that learning from a learning lens, and being able to step back will absolutely guarantee your success. Because when you're coming at it that way, you do things sooner. You look at the opportunities for the future. You cut out things that aren't working so much faster before they're like that dead limb that kills the rest of your body. Okay? You look at it so differently. So if there's one thing that I can share with you is that please, please, please come at it with a lens where you're willing to learn and to adapt. You're willing to inquire about what's not working, to be able to have that ability in your body to, not come at it from an ego or a wounded place where we can't hear feedback, but in a way that we encourage it because we know it's going to make us better. And to be able to hear what our team is telling us, what our customers are telling us, what your accountant's telling you, what the numbers are telling you, all of it, if you're willing to accept the information in a way that you're just going to look at it and learn, that will set you apart from so many other businesses. I cannot stress that enough. So what do you need to do today? Number one is make some time in your schedule to take a step back. Looking at the learning approach and looking at trends in your behavior, in numbers, things like that, that's not going to come naturally to you at the start, okay? But you're going to have to practice. So that's why you're going to put time in your schedule every single week. Find a day that you know that it's going to be easy to get started on things. So for myself, I know once I dive in on Monday, it's kind of a machine. I get started and it just builds up momentum. So I'm probably not going to stop Monday afternoon to go back and do it. I make this a priority on Monday mornings before I even entertain anything else. I'm not leaving it to Friday because I know Fridays I feel more like checking out for the weekend than I do diving in to analyze what went well. But you might be different. So know yourself. When can you block time off to look at the numbers? The very first step to having that learning mentality is making time to do it so that you can practice it. And you can start writing down things like the questions that I posed in this video. What's working well? What's not working? How do my customers feel? How did my team feel? And when you start pulling at those strings, start making time to work on the things that you come up with that maybe aren't operating as smoothly as you want them to be. And the more that you practice doing this, the better off you'll be. It'll come second nature to you just to think in those ways. But it starts with making time to practice it. Approach it in a way that you're going to get better at it, just like any other skill you learn. Any other skill, whatever you do for business, you had to learn those skills somewhere. I don't care if you taught yourself on Google how to do women's fashion. You taught yourself that by putting in the effort, and you can teach yourself this. It is a crucial skill in business. You can teach yourself. I know you can do it. You do not need business school. I am here to cheer you on. I believe in you. Make the time and you will see the success. So I hope that you've went and put that time in your schedule instantly to start working on that bigger picture learning perspective in your business. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel to make sure that you stay up to date with all the videos I release to help you in your small business. And please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you've learned the first time that you carved time out for yourself.